Hello everyone, Carrie from Parton's Heritage Homestead. I'm taking actually coffee moment time with you to make a short video. Usually on the weekends it's harder for me to make videos. It's me and my husband, we work together on this homestead. There's so much that we need to do, so much we want to do. So weekends will pretty much be my time off. I want you to know that I have, to the best of my ability, replying to the questions you have been asking me. I do read what you send me. I thank you so much for all the sharing that you do. I write down your requests. Please understand that I am one person. I do run this homestead, and I know you've been so eager, and trust me, so have I. I ask that you be just patient with me as I get to doing the requests that you like. I will say this, if you are interested, and I know many of you have been asking about the Dijon mustard recipe, I will show you where I get this from. It is, let's see if you can get this. It is from this ball canning book. It is on page 190, and I will be getting videos on how to, because I do know that some would rather watch than to be able to read it from your canning book. So my goal is this week to get that done for you. I have so many other ideas that I have coming up that will help you for Christmas. I find this hard to sit down with you because I totally get it, y'all. Look, we all share one thing in common, and the thing is called the world of diabetes. What we don't share in common is the reaction that our bodies take differently from everyone else. But it's in a sense of it where people don't recognize us. Somehow we became different, and it shouldn't be that way. Some had asked me where I learned all this from. It's only been 6 months. I'm going to tell you, I spend hours, days, weeks. When my husband sleeps at night, I'm beside him, but I'm on this phone. And I'm a simple gal. I run a homestead, and all I have is a phone, me, God, leading, and that's it. There's no special equipment. I spend every waking hour. I've lost sleep trying to figure everything out. I understand that some can just do away and eliminate sugars in your life and be able to live several different ways. That's amazing. But there are some who like as much of a normality as anyone else, and I totally get that. However, we also know that in this world that we live in now, with this resident called diabetes, nothing will ever be the same. But if we can get as close as possible, and that's my goal. My husband, he is a countryman, and he likes his life as normal as possible without feeling so different. I get that. There are things that I may make that will be on the normal side because, again, he understands I'm riding this journey with him, but I also don't share the same health issues as him. So he understands for me to cut costs to be able to last longer, because let's face it, I am learning. I have done so much test kitchen items in this homestead, and that's where you're going to find me different. I am not the one who is coming up with all of these recipes. I will give credit where credit is due, and you can guarantee that. But I am the one that I'm going to test what you put out there. And I'm going to tell you, for the first 3 months, I threw away so much food. Money coming out of our pocket to get the right thing. And I'm still going to do that as much as I possibly can. But it takes time to be able to earn that money up, because we still have our everyday life. We still have our homestead to take care of. We still have our feed to buy. So it takes time for me to be able to do this. So I appreciate your patience. We live in a sadly very expensive world today. And it's kind of sad because in parts of this, there's a two-part way how we ended up here. One, in the world of food, in the convenience of life, when we stepped away from, let's face it, the biblical times of living off our land. When we stepped into the convenience, there was many things in our food that should have never been there, and it changes the effects of our natural abilities our body was able to handle. But in the sense of it, we had choices to make. And sometimes we made the wrong choices. So it's a give and take here on both sides. Now we just deal with where we're at. So my goals are to be able to find, research, do what it takes, and test in this kitchen here to present to you, giving the credit to the person I got it from, should I find that right one. I am very particular, very particular. I am researching into different variations of sugars that doesn't have that cooling, and I know you know what I'm talking about, that cooling after effect taste, or that awful taste in our food. However, I will tell you, the expense is stupid crazy. So give me time to be able to get this stuff up. I am far from a rich woman. Like I said, I do not have that crystal chandelier homestead life. I'm a simple, basic farm girl. So I appreciate you, each and every one of you. I completely understand. In some ways we feel like we're in this desperate need of how do we do this. I understand also a lot of you don't have the time to do what I do. I'm fortunate that I get to stay at home and run this homestead and to be able to do what I'm doing. But let's face it, not everybody can do what I do. There are many people out here living in this world like we do with this thing called diabetes, but they work. They have families, they have children. I'm fortunate it's just me and my husband. So I will do the work. I will do the research. I will present it to you. But that is not going to say, again, we all react differently to everything. So sincerely, do as much research as you can. Where I'm looking at right now, my library, I've been there. I'm not finding much of anything except for the old ways of giving information, such as when we first got the news. My husband's doctor's office sent us this pamphlet that was like 5 pages long of food you can buy at the dollar store. And I'm going to tell you, there was sweet potatoes, there was rice, there was bread. Honestly, I threw this pamphlet in the trash and I went my own way. The doctor knows I did that. This wasn't working. This is the life that got us here in the first place. It wasn't working then, so how was it going to work now? Yes, key, moderation, I get that. But even in moderation, not everything acts to a blood sugar like it should. So I found another alternative. Where I stepped into, honestly, Googling. Well, for me, it's DuckDuckGo. This huge, and I'm going to tell you, YouTube is absolutely huge for this one simple girl to tap into. There's where all of my hours and time and research is coming from. The testing in my kitchen, the throwing away of food that just did not taste. Honestly, it should never have been put on our plate. Look, I know everybody tries. We all try. We're all trying so hard to figure out where we can be satisfied. So I can present to you what I've learned. I can present to you where I've learned it. I can present to you how I make it, how it works for us, and that's all I can do. So I hope and I pray, and I am finding, thank you so much for your subscriptions, for watching these videos, for helping me grow. I'm just another one of these people in this huge world, and I get that. I may be different, but I'm still amongst this huge world of the big dogs and being the puppy and all of this. And I know in time, I follow God's leading. I'll be honest with you. I follow God's leading in this because I am still learning just like you. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. bear with me each and every day as I come up with something new. And I have some very exciting news for you. I'm trying not to go too far ahead, so because I understand we're all looking for that right thing. So I do have some information on planning for Christmas that helps. I'll explain to you what I did for Thanksgiving. That was a complete spread of a table for a diabetic. It worked for my husband. It was amazing. Some of the things that I would never do again. That was really awful. But all in all, I'm learning a way that my husband can enjoy Christmas, and it's amazing. So, and it's not going to be the same traditions. Honestly, like I said, again, this world of diabetes, our food will never taste like it used to. And for those who can, I get it. But some of us are looking into, it's so much easier just to go off into the world and just do what we already have done. Try to moderate into it, but it's not working. I've been there. I'm going. I've been there. I've even had my husband. I've had so many come to me saying, well, you can do this. You can eat a sweet potato. You can eat brown rice. My husband, honestly, folks, I'm just going to come right out and tell you, he literally looked me in the eyes with that compassion in his eyes of love just to beg me, please stop. I can't do this. I just can't handle this. And I get that. Look, our men work hard. They don't have the time that we have to put into this. They don't have no idea, just like we don't. Somebody in this family had to do it, and I took the sacrifice to do this so that he could be able to make a living, live his life, and be able to be safe. I am the one who supports him to be in that position, and he thanks me every day. And that to me is my blessing. This is a job for me. Working with you, sharing with you, this is my job. So I look forward to helping you in so many ways, but it's one day at a time. I don't want to bore you. I'd like to keep things interesting because frankly, I'm out there with you and I know what works and what don't to somewhat. I don't know technology. I know dirt, soil, homesteading, and living in this life of research. So God bless you. I hope I didn't hurt anyone's feelings because that is nothing that I wanted to do. I just wanted you to understand just a little bit of where I'm coming from, how I'm doing things, what I'm doing, what some of my plans are. I have so many plans. And again, we're in our off season. So some of my plans into homesteading, the gardening, the seeds, we will have these times. There is going to be a mixture in my on my channel of sit down coffee times with you. There's going to be action videos. There's going to be kitchen time. There's going to be so much where it's not going to just be me talking to you all the time. So just bear with me. And again, I love you dearly. Thank you so much for supporting me. And my only hope and goal in all of this, y'all have raised me, by the way. God bless you. You have raised me since I started this to over 200 subscriptions. I cannot thank you enough. To many people, they look at that as just not being enough. To me, that is more than enough. And as much as I would love to grow, I am so thankful to be where I'm at right now by taking a chance, by taking a leading that God had led me to reach out to you, to doing an ordinary, everyday life that I am doing. As a simple girl, I have learned that God can take the simple, make their wings soar like eagles and fly. And you are helping me reach that. And I can't thank you enough. Until next time, much, much love to you from Parton's Heritage Homestead.